Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and today is the moment we have all been waiting for this year. I will be reviewing and unboxing the Air Jordan 1 High Lost and Founds. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those down below. Hit that notification bell because we do have a ton of heat coming out that I don't want you to miss out on. Also, be sure to check out that join button for our amazing membership perks as well as our merch store. Today, once again, has been the long-awaited date of the release of the Air Jordan 1 High Lost and Founds, and I'm so happy that I have multiple in hand to go over and review for you. So we'll go through the overview, jump into size and fit, followed by how I styled these. Then we will conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So let's jump right into it. For those of you who did not join us in the AM for Coffee with Shade, go back, check that video out, because I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, well, Marissa, how did you cop these sneakers? Did Nike and Jordan send these your way? No, they did not. This was all of my hard work that I put into actually going after as many possible options as I could for sneakers. So if you are just trying to figure out more opportunities in order to cop sneakers, be sure and check that video out because I do go and I explain in depth kind of the process of how I get all of my sneakers. All right, so let's jump into it. A lot of this inspiration is coming from the OG 1985 Air Jordan 1 silhouette in that beautiful colorway. So again, this is probably most people's sneaker of the year because of this color combination and the fact that it has this amazing aged effect. The inspiration that went in behind this was about lost and found. So think about going back in the day, going to lost and found, which I can actually raise my hand on this. I definitely lost a lot of my items growing up and I was always asking if somebody found it in lost and found. I don't know that you would necessarily find an Air Jordan 1 High from 1985 and lost and found, but if you did, that would be the luckiest find ever. But they did kind of study actual different versions of an aged Jordan from the 80s, and they studied it to kind of get an inspiration on how they would design this specific sneaker. So on the front of the toe box, we have that really just cool aged crackled effect. So over time, this is definitely something that you could see on the toe box region. And on the front, they did keep the leather smooth and in kind of mint condition. I could see a little bit more wear and tear, even more of a tumbled leather look on that, but they decided to go with a smooth, just red color scheme there. As we work our way up, I did actually decide to go with black laces on these. I know that some people have mentioned that they like cream laces or off-white sail laces. They didn't really include that. They did include white laces though, so you do have the option to either lace up with white or put black like myself on there. The tongue is really cool because it does have this aged look. It's kind of a peachy, creamy colorway. In some lights, it looks like there's a hint of pink in there. Other lights, it looks a little bit more sail-like. We have Nike Air in that kind of same color scheme and then red underneath. On the back, it definitely has more of a pink hue to it. So let's take a look at those details and then we will move along to the side paneling. so working our way to the side paneling, we have underlays again of that really just cool crackled leather. If you were somebody who got the grade school pair, one of the key differences I noticed was that the grade school pair, you can't really see the crackled effect as much as you can on the adult pair, but they did do such an incredible job of really making it look like an aged crackled leather. We've got a smooth black swoosh mark on the side, and as we work our way to the back, just nice, crisp, smooth red leather. We've got the Air Jordan Wings logo in black, and then again that smooth white, or not smooth white, smooth black on the swoosh mark here. I'm actually looking at this and I already see a nice little glue stain that we've got here and a glue stain here, so some quality control issues there. A lot of excess glue. I'm wondering if I see that on this pair either. This one actually doesn't have the glue stains on it, but we do have some, it looks like some red dye that made its way onto parts of that crackled leather. So as you know, depending on what pair you get, you have no idea quality control wise what that sneaker is going to look like. So on this one, I definitely see, you know, a little bit of glue splattered throughout. One of the other coolest parts of this is that crackled collar that you see here. So we've got what I guess you would say looked initially like a smooth black leather that over time has kind of aged. One of the things that I saw in the sunlight a little bit more was that it does kind of have more of a metallic-y, shiny look to it. Indoors, it's not as prominent, but in that daylight, I feel like it definitely has a different look to it. So definitely gonna have to bring these outside so that you can view them outdoors, as well as looking at these kind of in different lighting. As far as this goes, this is studio lighting, but you can kind of see that sheen when it hits the light, but other than that, the sheen isn't as prominent. And then as we work our way to the interior, we've got a white and red insole, and I was actually shocked that they didn't decide to go with a more like sail color scheme for the midsole. It is just kind of more of a crisp white. Over time, obviously, you know that lots of sneakers, specifically when they're translucent, they do tend to kind of yellow, and the same goes with like a white kind of color scheme that will, over time, depending on how you store it, can also age and yellow over time. On the bottom, they have scuffed it up nicely for us already, so you can't even tell that I've worn these outside because they've already been kind of pre-scuffed up for you. We've got the red as the base, and then over that, they've definitely got the scuff marks down to a T. One of the coolest parts of this has to by far be the box though. So they decided to go with a mismatch box to kind of humanize people back in the 80s. Obviously the tracking systems, the way that they did deliveries and orders were so different, and it's a human mistake to go and mismatch a top of a box or a bottom of a box. So that's what we've got here. They've also aged the box as well in different places. We've got the old sale tag as well on the side there with that price tag, and then they've even detailed the paper inside the box quite nicely as well. As far as the interior goes, we also got this really cool receipt. So this is kind of based off of how sneakers were sold back in the day. They would actually manually write out the receipts. Kind of reminds me too of the olden days when you would actually like have to go across a credit card to like get the ink and have it on a piece of paper that was very similar to this invoice color scheme, but really cool inspiration. I love the fact that, you know, a lot of that inspiration also came from searching the shops of mom and pop shops, basements specifically, and kind of thinking like these are the things and items that you would actually find within those places. But definitely bringing us back to 1985. I love that they just really spent so much time on every single detail of this sneaker. All right, so now let's talk about size and fit. I have honestly decided to kind of go up a little bit higher in size range on these. So I decided to go with an 8. I'm typically a size 7.5, and I've just done that just because I feel like my feet seem to be growing, and I would be so sad if I had these in a 7.5 and they were too small for my feet. So I decided to get a couple pairs in these. Definitely gonna have a lot of Christmas gifts for some special people, so happy I was able to get some extras. I'm definitely going to want an extra pair for myself, as these do kind of go through that distressing moment of wear and tear. You're probably gonna have one on standby, so I was really fortunate enough to be able to get myself an extra pair. But I would definitely stick true to size if you're not somebody like me who's going through some weird growth spurts living in a city like New York and walking all around. It seems like your arches do tend to kind of fall and drop. But these fit perfectly. All right, so now let's talk about how I style this. It is getting so cold here in New York. It was a frigid day today, so I definitely had to work in lots of different layerings. So for the first look, I decided to layer with a nice, just simple black turtleneck. On top of that, I put a button-down shirt that had some nice red, white, blue hues in it. And on top of that, I layered it with a nice red jacket that I feel like fit this red quite nicely. And on top of that, I layered a nice plaid trench coat that had some nice gray and cream hues in the mix, as well as black. And then for the pants, I wore some nice just khaki cargo pants.
I just want blue notes, I just want euros. Smoking on good though, pizza from Pluto. Passing like Saturn, I didn't ring. Came to my table, it's nothing you bring. I just want blue notes, I just want euros. Smoking on good though, pizza from Pluto. Passing like Saturn, I didn't ring.
Then for the second look, another nice layered look. This time I wore a cream collared shirt. On top of that, I put a nice kind of fuzzy cream sweater. And then on top of that, I put a beige blazer. And then I layered over that, again, a nice trench coat, but more of a beigey tone for the plaid on the trench coat this time. And then for the bottoms, I decided to wear some beige pants that match that blazer.
I cannot fuck with these red guys, dripping on and she bad times. Taking her back by her ass, I think she in love with my cash size. Put it hard like bad vibes, can't give me no cash flow. Don't go to hobby, counting these racks in my pastime. Call back on me, take a champ, female with a tragedy. My bitch, you look a masterpiece. I'm in a troll like a cavity. If 12 ask me questions, ain't telling shit. I just don't get to the Benjamin. Spend it on my bitch and my battery. Charged up, unless you shit. She in my balls like giving it. Cry, you know that I'm getting me.
And then for the last and final look, decided to add some more red into the mix. So I wore a red turtleneck, and then I layered that with a nice red puffer coat. And then for the bottoms, I wore some distressed leather pants to give it kind of an aged look, which I was really feeling with the leather on these.
Stream on me, I'm straight. Talk to the cops like Kanye. Because 2000, no Andre. I just want blue notes, I just want euros. Smoking on good though, pizza from Pluto. Passing like Saturn, I didn't ring. Came to my table, it's nothing you bring. I just want blue notes, I just want euros. Smoking on good though, pizza from Pluto. Passing like Saturn, I didn't ring. Came to my table, there's nothing you bring.
So you let me know down below, what was your favorite look of the three, or how would you style these?
Yeah, gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah, better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shit on my greed. That's how I get it, success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. Plus a family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the housing. Woo! Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo! Watch out, set it up. Bet you I shut it down. Watch out, get a win. I don't think get it really when I come, I guess the wonder got a finger on a pin on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare. I'm a line, but the one up on the cage. I need all the wins. Yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call and quits.
Now let's continue with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So these retailed at $180 and they are currently going between $300 to $500. The price did shoot up a little bit, and that is because a lot of people who were probably anticipating to get a pair were unable to, which makes a little bit more sense. They could tank a little bit as people do start to get all of their pairs in, so we shall see on that one. But congratulations to anybody who took W's out there. Super happy for you. And I can't wait to see all of your looks that you style these with. All right, everybody, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe on your way out. Give this video a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down below. Hit that notification bell because we do have a ton of heat coming out that I don't want you to miss out on. Also, be sure to check out that join button for amazing membership perks as well as our merch store. This is ShadeTV. My name's Marissa Hill. We'll catch you on the next episode.
You better move, you might get knocked out.